Good evening. Welcome to the Four Valley Boys show where we do not snub our guests
At all. At
at
all.
all. Michael Atwater should not be on our show tonight because he is doing IEPs. He is a special ed
Okay.
teacher.
Okay.
So we'll give a
Okay.
shout out to Michael Atwater helping the kids.
Shouts out. Shouts out. Shouts out.
Everybody else, I don't know where the hell they at. We got a Fort Valley boy who's also engaged to my daughter, who's also a Fort Valley boy, and she's a Fort Valley guy. Duh. We got Sonny boy on the show with us again this week. Sonny, what to do?
What's going on, man? Glad to be here. Glad to be back for a second time. Good vibes. Ready to watch the Super Bowl in 2 weeks.
All right, we gonna go ahead and get the thing started. Bill Belichick, if you have y'all have not heard, did not make it to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. For those
Yeah.
that don't know, he's second all time in wins with 331. He has 8 Super Bowls as a co-head coach and a defensive coordinator, a historian of the game, coached two of the greatest people at their positions: Lawrence Taylor, Tom Brady. That's the list.
That's
Sonny,
true.
go.
That's great. Um, yeah, that I was in the gym yesterday and I was, chilling, whatever, working out, and I got the notification, and it said breaking news: Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I thought it was like one of those spam, fake, like Instagram X pages. But I clicked on it, was NFL.com, and I was thinking like, there's no way that Bill Belichick, hands down the greatest coach in NFL history, didn't. So I'm thinking like, what's the catch? Like, what has to go on? Come to find out, they didn't let him in because some of the Spygate and the cheating scandals and whatnot, which I still thought were scandals. I didn't know if those were confirmed or not. And it's like, if that's the reason, I mean, okay, I guess. But like, even if you want to do the Spygate thing, it's like, I mean, look at all the rings. Even if you take that away, like he just has way more rings than any of the next coaches. All the wins and whatnot. I don't know, bro. Maybe it's based off of principle, and they'll just make him a second ballot, I guess. But it's like, I don't know, man. I just think like that is just like a foregone conclusion, dog. Like Bill Belichick is one of the few people in NFL history where it's like he's a first ballot, no thought about it. Of course he is. Like he shouldn't even have been on the ballot. He should just been like, oh, like the 3 years are up, automatically in. But I mean, I guess if they want to go the scandal route, I guess I can see what they're saying. So
Let me if we're looking at Spygate,
right,
that means Tom Brady is not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
that too.
If we're looking at scandal, Ray Lewis should not be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's true.
If we're looking at scandal, Ty Cobb should not be a Hall of Famer. He murdered somebody.
Yeah.
We're looking at scandal, Tony Dungy, Bill Polian, Peyton Manning should not be in first Hall of Fame because they were known for pumping crowd noise in the RCA Dome.
Right.
If we're looking at scandal right now, Bob Kraft is still not in the Hall of Fame.
He did have that scandal. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a happy endings back in.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, yeah. Those.
Um, if we're looking at scandal, Lawrence Taylor should not have been the first ballot Hall of Famer.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
If we're looking at controversy and scandal, Bill Parcells shouldn't have been the first ballot Hall of Famer.
What Bill Parcells do? I didn't know what he did.
Nothing. It's just the way he left New England for the Jets, and then the way he left the Jets
Go
to
to the
give
Cowboys.
go to Cowboy, all that stuff. So if we're
Hmm.
looking at scandal, you see where I'm going with it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I
Regardless,
100% agree with that.
so if we open this door just on Spygate, now some folks are saying well he's the first ballot, but we got to try to get this person in, which goes back to the flaws in the Hall of Fame voting. I wish other guys will come on so I could say you can see so hear their thought process on this.
Right.
Roger Craig and LC Carmichael should have already been in.
Roger Craig's not in the Hall of Fame.
That tells you how much of
Wow.
a problem this is with the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Now, if you give me a chance, I'm gonna go back the last 20 years NFL Hall of Fame class. I should have looked this up before. Should have asked ChatGPT to hook your boy up.
Mm.
We'll go to the we'll scroll it down. So we'll go 2020 present, we'll skip there. If we just go back 5, 6 years, we just go back 5, 6 years. 2021, the class of 20. This is the COVID class right here.
Okay.
Steve Atwater, Isaac Bruce, Harold Carmichael, Jimbo Covert, Bill Cower, Bobby Dillon, Cliff Harris, Winston Hill, Steve Hutchinson, Adrian James, Jimmy Johnson, Alex Karras. Folks don't know who Alex Karras is. I believe he was on Webster, if I remember correctly. I
Mm.
might be mixing him up with another person. I think that's him. Troy Polamalu, Steve Sable, NFL Films, for those that don't know who he
Oh,
was.
Steve Sable. Yeah, I love Steve Sable.
Donnie Shell, Duke Slater, Max Speedy, Ed Sprinkle, Paul Tagliabue, and George Young. That's a big
Hmm.
class.
That's a
Let's
big
go to
class.
class. Now go to 2021. Alan Faneca, Tom Flores, who should have been in because he was one of the first minority coaches to win the Super Bowl as a
Okay.
coach.
I didn't
Hispanic
know that.
coach, Tom Flores. Calvin Johnson. Can you tell the NFL story without Calvin Johnson?
Absolutely not.
I could. Uh,
Could.
I can.
He
Uh,
has the record for most receiving yards in a year though.
how many times though?
Not one time. Not one time.
Okay. Would I have rather have 100? Would I have the most receiving yards in the season, or a guy that came back from a broken leg, not catching 101 yards in the Super Bowl?
Is that To you talk about?
as a,
Man.
as a first ballot, as a first ballot.
Uh, oh no. Okay. But the To
To
thing is kind of like the Belichick thing too, though.
yeah, but I mean To also had 20 catches a game. I think that's a record also.
He did go crazy that one game.
Yeah. So we'll keep going. Oh, John Lynch, Peyton Manning, Bill Dunn, Drew Pearson, who should have been in, and Charles Woodson. Now let's go to 2022.
Sure.
Tony Baselli, Cliff Branch, Leroy Butler, Art
Mm,
McNally, Sam Mills,
I don't know. I don't know that.
Richard Seymour, Dick Vermeer,
Mm-hmm.
Bryant Young. Okay, those last three, I can rock with you on the last three.
For sure. For
20,
sure.
2023, Rondé Barber, Don Coryell, Air Coryell, Chargers, uh, Chuck Howley, Joe Klecko, Darrell Reeves, yes, Ken Riley, Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas, I believe he never missed a snap to his last year where he tore his, I think
Thomas,
his
yeah. He's a true.
tricep. Zach Thomas and Demarcus Ware. Okay, Zach Thomas, sure. Um,
Yeah, Thomas kind of. Mm.
yeah, Zach
Give it
Thomas.
to
About
him.
snap.
Give it. It's like yeah, it's.
Just like Jason Taylor. Can you tell the story of the NFL without Jason Taylor? You
You can.
can.
You can.
Um, 2024, Dwight Freeney, Randy Grandishare, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Stephen Michael, who passed away last year, Julius Peppers, and Patrick Willis. Devin Hester, the greatest punt returner
Mm-hmm.
in NFL history. So yes, I cannot no, I cannot tell the NFL story of the NFL without
Yeah,
Devin Hester. But there would not if it wasn't no Deion Sanders,
he
there would be a
wasn't.
Devin Hester.
No, yeah, no, for sure. And that's another thing, just to touch on that right quick. I remember last year it was such a big talking point where they were like, can we really let Devin Hester in? Because technically he played corner and then switched to wide receiver. And it's like, okay, like he was never the best at those, but we can't just sit here and act like he's not the best. Like, and people are like, well, special teams is not that important. Listen, when Devin Hester was fielding the ball,
You do
special
not keep
teams
them ball.
became very, they became very important. Like, very, very important. Like, so you gotta respect to like what he brought to the field. So I just remember a lot of people saying that. I didn't agree with that at all.
All right, last class. This cousin Anatole on here said Ken Riley, FAMU great, should have been years ago. There's a lot of people that shouldn't have been there years ago.
Yeah.
But this class that just passed, Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Antonio Gates, Sterling Sharp.
Sterling Sharp should have been in, but that's good. That's good. That's good.
But can we tell the NFL story without Eric Allen? Yes. Can we tell the NFL story without Antonio Gates? Yes. Can we tell the NFL story without Jared Allen? Maybe.
He did have that one year where I think he was supposed to get the sack record, or he almost did, I think. But Jared Allen was definitely a generational pass rusher.
As I
I
said,
can't say Eric Allen only because of my Eagles bias. I'm gonna say no to Eric Allen. Got to talk about Eric Allen, but no, yeah, everybody else, yeah, for sure, for sure.
because you notice the last year's class only had 4 in.
Yeah,
So you mean to tell me Eli Manning couldn't get in last year? Because
that's true.
Eli he had a 500 record his whole career. He never won an MVP, except for Super Bowl MVP. Never did anything. Never All Pro. Nothing.
Right,
But he did beat the Patriots twice, and one of them was 18-0.
he
You
did.
cannot tell the NFL story without Eli Manning.
You can't. You can't.
So,
You literally can't. I think he was Super Bowl MVP in both, if I'm not mistaken.
and two of the greatest throws in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he missed it again this year too, if I'm not mistaken.
Those names will come out next Thursday when they announce would have the NFL honors. So those
Okay.
names will come out. But yeah, so you got the link in the chat. Just hop on the show. You ain't doing nothing. Hop on the show, dog. Just get on the show. If I go back 1 year, to 2019, Champ Bailey, Pat
Yeah.
Bowlen, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty
Mhm.
Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, Johnny Robinson. You cannot tell the story of the NFL without them.
That's a stacked
Simple.
class right there. That's stacked.
No, hold on. Wait. Let's go to 2018. Wait for this. Bobby Beathard, GM of the Chargers.
Okay.
Robert Brazil, Brian Dawkins, Jerry Kramer, Ray Lewis, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Brian Urlacher.
Them last six you said. Ooh.
Hold on. Let me go back another year. Morton Anderson, Terrell Davis, Kenny Easley, Jerry Jones, Jason Taylor, LaDainian Thomas, and Kurt Warner.
That's a so-so class.
Okay. Eddie DeBartolo, 49ers owner.
Yeah,
Tony
Barley.
Dungy, Brett
Right.
Favre, Kevin Green, Marvin Harrison, Orlando Pace, Ken Stabler, who should have been in years ago. Ken Stabler should have been in years ago.
Yeah.
And Dick Stanfield.
That's a
That's
good. That's a
that's
good. That's a good. That's that.
now
That's a class too.
now if you go back, if I really want to Larry Allen, Chris Carter, Curly Cup, Jonathan Ogden, Bill Parcells, Dave Robinson, and Warren Sapp. That's 2013.
See, that's where you just get to the point where you just those people are just like so certified and whatnot. I feel like the craziest thing for at least these newer Hall of Fame classes, for me at least, is like for example, last year I think you said like someone like Dwight Freeney. Dwight Freeney was a really good player, but I was like, he was good and he was very consistent. But I'm like,
He's
Hall
not.
of Famer though?
You can tell the story without Dwight Freeney.
Like, and I love Dwight Freeney. You're no Jared Allen, respectfully. Like Jared
No.
Allen was like like that's why I say like people like a Michael Strahan or like you said Warren Sapp,
Mm-hmm.
Randall John Randall, right? People
Mm-hmm.
like this who are not even like super like top of the top tier Hall of Famers. Where that's like your Lawrence Taylors and your Reggie Whites and your soon to be Aaron Donalds. These are like tier 2 Hall of Famers, and like when you bring up their name, it's still like, oh yeah, for sure. Like he is a menace. Whereas the White Freeney, he's like what you would say in the Hall of Very Good, but Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
No.
okay. See, right now you can get to Super Bowl because we're going to go through all these classes. 2011. Can I interest you in Richard Dent, Marshall
Okay.
Falk,
Oh,
Chris Hamburger, Les Richter, Ed Sable, Deion Sanders, Shannon Sharp? Can I interest you in this Hall of Fame
damn.
class 2011? Can I interest you in that one?
That's
Or,
that right there. And that's what I say with those Hall of Fame classes. You got Deion Sanders, greatest corner of all time. Shannon Sharp, top 3, top 4 tight end of all time. Who was it? You said Marshall Falk?
yeah, Marshall Falk. Yeah, yeah.
Come on, man. Like, what do we come on, bro? Marshall Falk is like he was like
Hold on.
Christian McCaffrey before Christian McCaffrey. Like he was crazy, bro.
When Roger Craig was them before them, who
That's
should
true
already who
too.
should already been in there? Uh,
I think Roger Craig really suffers from just the names around him because the fact that he's not in yet is kind of crazy to me. Like,
if that's okay, Brett Jones should have been in there also. Let's go back one more year. Let's go back another year. Russ Grimm, Ricky Jackson, Dick LeBeau, Floyd Little, John Randall, Jerry Rice, Emmitt Smith. Can I interest you in that one?
Jerry Rice.
Yeah,
We
can
just
I
gonna
interest?
stop at Jerry Rice and Emmitt Smith. No, just John Randolph.
Hold on. Let's go another year back. Let's go back one more year. Let's go back one more year. Go back another year. Bob Hayes,
Okay,
Randall McDaniel, Bruce
okay.
Smith,
Bruce
Derek
Smith,
Thomas, posthumously,
Derek Thomas.
Ralph Wilson, and Rob Wilson.
Oh, Steelers, Roger Wilson.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me go back another year. Hold on. Let's go back another year. Gary Zimmerman, Andre Tippett, Emmett Thomas, Art Monk, Daryl Green, Fred Dean. Art Monk should have been in years ago. Daryl Green should have been in years ago. Daryl
Daryl
Green was the fastest.
Green.
Daryl Green was the fastest man alive.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, yeah. I heard about him. Yeah, he used to be. Yeah.
So Reggie's saying travesty that Roger Craig is not in the hall. Emmitt Smith had a great speech. Um, yeah, Reggie was just shocked on that. Yeah. Um, let's see. Let's go to now. Let's go back. Let's go back here. Look, can I interest you in Roger Worrell, Thurman Thomas, Charlie Sanders, Bruce Matthews, Gene Hickerson, and the Oot Monster, Michael Irvin.
And that's why I'm gonna stop right there, right? Because we got Thurman Thomas in the Hall of Fame, but not Roger Craig. And respect to Thurman Thomas, respect, thorough respect. But like,
Roger Craig must be the Roger Reggie. Hold on, I told you we're gonna go through the classes. We're gonna go through the class. Fuck the rundown. Okay. This one right here. This might be probably one of the most stacked classes. Harry Carson, Troy Aikman,
mm,
Warren Moon,
oh,
Reggie White, John
oh,
Madden, and
ooh,
Fort Valley's own Rayfield Wright.
ooh, that's four back to backs. That's a class right there. That's
Yeah.
top three right there for sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Go back one more year.
Reggie White.
The class before it was one of the smaller classes because the class last year was this same size.
Wait, what class was the Reggie White class? Was it like 05, 06?
Oh five. That was the '06 class. The '06 class.
Dang. R.I.P. John Madden. That's crazy. Okay.
Benny Freeman, Fritz Pollard, Steve Young, Dan Marino. That's the class before that.
Christ.
Hold on.
Right.
Boomer Brown, Carl Eller, John Elway, Barry Sanders. That's another small class.
Jeez.
Now, let's go back again. Now, 2003, Hank Stram. I don't know how when he died, but he just getting in at 2003.
That is crazy. Wait, you talking about
The
I
Kansas
see
City
I
matriculating the ball down the field. Yeah,
yes. I used to watch NFL Network all the time as a kid, and that thing just stuck in my head all the time. Like he talked like an Italian mobster. Like, hey boys, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do matriculate the field down the field, boys. He coached the Chiefs to their first Super Bowl in the first two Super Bowls in the 60s, I think, something like that. Why is he getting inducted in the early 2000s?
I don't know. But hold on. I want to tell you how much of a joke the Hall of Fame is. I'm gonna give you 2000, 2001. Tell me which one pisses you off more. This 2000. When I say these names, you like how? This class 2000. Howie Long, Ronnie Lott, Joe Montana, Dan Rooney, Dave Wilcox, or just wait for it. Nick Bonacati on that Miami defense. Marv Levy, the coach of the
The Bills.
yeah. Mike Munchak, Oilers great center.
Right.
Jackie Slater, tight end for the I think either tight end
Later.
or defense end for the Rams.
Yeah.
Lynn Swan,
Lynn Swan.
it's
Lynn
2001.
Swan.
2001. 2001.
Lynn Swan. What did they? Maybe it's because I think now those Hall of Fame classes maybe have less entries, but like I'm not gonna lie to you,
No, no,
bro.
that's
Like
still two more. There's still two more. There's still two more I ain't gave you.
how? Okay, go
Ron
ahead.
Gary and Jack Youngblood
Jack Youngblood from the Rams way back in the day.
played on a broken leg in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
He had played with Deacon Jones too, didn't he?
No, Deacon Jones on the Cowboys.
He was on the Cowboys when Young Blood was playing.
I believe so, but I'll check it though. I'll check it. But that's 2001 class.
That's so crazy because they're legends. But even if you go back then, it's like
Offensive tackle. Yeah.
they were the greatest of their times. Like there was no Aaron Donalds, Ray Lewis, all them dudes yet. So it's like now it's really like what is taking y'all so that'd be like right now. That'd be like who? That'd be like Aaron Rodgers retiring right now and not getting in the first year and have to wait. That's like Aaron Rodgers waiting like 10 years to get into the Hall of Fame. It's like, what are y'all doing? Why is
Now,
he like that? Doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Lynn
now
Swan,
yeah,
because Lynn Swan, he played in the 70s, right? He probably stopped playing like mid 80s. So you telling me it took 15 years for Lynn Swan to get into the Hall of Fame? You telling me
mm-hmm.
he a 15th ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Probably the best receiver of the 70s, probably. Maybe
Yeah.
him and Drew Pearson. I'm not sure. I don't, but nah, at this point, it's just racist. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna.
Now, now,
At
now
this,
let me now let me give you the 1993 class. Dan Fouts, Larry Little, Chuck Noll, Walter Payton, Bill Walsh. Go back a year before: John Mackey, John Riggins, Al Davis, Lynn Marney. Go back a year
see,
before
those
that:
people
Earl
got
Campbell.
in. Those people's got in an adequate time. That's what I'm talking about. All those
Yeah.
peoples you just said played with like Lynn Swan and them back in the day.
Now,
Why did I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
now, now, and in the class of '90, Franco Harris and Bob Greasy got in
Okay.
1990, and Jack Lambert and Tom Landry. Tom
Got
Landry,
surgery. Okay.
he had just got fired from the damn Cowboys, so
Yeah.
then you look at '89, Art Shell, Terry Bradshaw, Mel Blount, Willie Wood. That's a small class.
That's a
You go
small
a year
class.
before that, Fred Mulitnikoff, Mike Dick, John Hamm, and Alan Page.
That's a stat class.
Oh God, hold on. This is
That's a stat
87.
class.
Hold on, 87. Put your shorts up on this one. Larry Zonka, Lynn Dawson, Joe Green, John Henry Johnson, Jim Langer, Don Maynard, Gene Upshaw.
That's a toothless class right there.
And if
That's
you
a
go back,
thing with no front teeth.
now this one right here, 85, Starback, OJ Simpson, Pete Rozelle, Joe Namath, Frank Gatsky.
That's a thorough class. That's a solid class. You said Joe Namath. Who was the first quarterback you said?
Roger Starback.
I'll just start back Joe Namath.
Mm-hmm. No, there's no need going back because these are some names. Nobody, I mean, we ain't for the board our votes. These folks there, but long story short, the Hall of Fame. What did Joe Namath do? You can't tell the story of the NFL without him guaranteeing a win in that time, Anatol.
That's
I mean,
true.
that's he didn't win the Super Bowl, but he didn't do nothing else. But the thing is, though, that year the Jets beat the Colts when that was the first true Super Bowl when those conferences merged.
Right.
So that's why you can't tell it. You cannot tell the story without Joe Namath guaranteeing that win and they won. Now what he did after that was nothing because I think he
Right.
ended his career at the Rams.
Yeah. I think he ended his career with more interceptions and touchdowns.
That's probably accurate. Let me
'Cause
we
He,
can look that
he,
up. Like I
he,
said, so many classes, man. Just I think
yeah. No, because I used to watch them NFL films when I was younger, and like all of them, and it's talk about smoking Joe Namath, da da da, whoop, and how he guaranteed it. I'm like, oh, word tough. And then I looked at the rest of his career, and like his career stats, and I'm like, bro got like a 70 passer rating, and I'm like, bro, this brother is terrible.
173
But I mean,
220 picks,
how many?
220 interceptions, 173 touchdowns.
Ooh, that's close. That's close. That's too close. That's. I mean, he's positive though. He's positive, but that's close.
Oh, he did
Well,
terrible. Oh, he did terrible in the
well,
Super Bowl. 19 of 49 for 266 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
nah,
He missed 30 passes.
nah. What's his career passer rating? It's got to be like
65.
72.
65.
65? 65?
65.5.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
Completion percent with 50%. It was just as good as Tim Tebow.
Jesus Christ, brother, that's terrible. I mean, I understand it was back then, but I ain't gonna lie. Like, I feel like old heads like Don Hudson and them. Like, I feel like even they threw better than that. 65 passer rating. Hey man, he got his ring. I guess he got his ring and he got his life alert commercials and stuff. So I guess he said,
Yeah, yeah. Alex Karras, I was telling you, that was him in the on the TV show Webster. He was the dad. He was the foster dad.
Okay,
Let me. He looks like him. Let me make sure. Alex Karras. Yeah, that's him. Webster. Let me make sure. Webster. He died 15, 14 years ago. Didn't know that. Okay. Yep, that was him. Alex Karras. That was back in the day in the 80s where they were big football players coming on TV. I can see why, because they were celebrities, still had name, probably
right.
marketing them for Hall of Fame. And think about it, those old vets weren't getting paid nothing,
That's true.
pension, all that stuff. So,
Yeah,
which, but what can you are the commissioner of the NFL, Siani Anatol? I need you on the show. Hop on, click the link. You ain't doing nothing. Uh, you are the commissioner of the league. Matter of fact, check that because um Goodell don't have no power really. They just pay him to take all the slings and arrows from everybody. So that's all he is, a
true.
figurehead.
Yeah.
Um, you are the chairman of the Hall of Fame.
Mm.
What are you doing to fix this problem with these votes? Especially with these because they changed the requirements for coaches now. They don't have to be out of the league for 1 year. But then you have folks that have not made it in, and you only got a certain amount of time to get in. He got to go to Veterans Committee, which is why Sterling Sharp got in late. He should have got in after he retired. Uh, he should have got in. It was his best receivers back in the '90s. Him and Jerry Rice. That's the list. That's it. That's
I
it. Because
really just feel like because even though I consider myself to be a quote unquote football historian, almost every year, especially when I was growing up as a kid, there were people that got introduced into the Hall of Fame outside because I know there's a special slot for like um owners, executives, coaches, da da da, whatever, whatever. I understand that. I get that. But there will be people, like you said, there have been people in previous Hall of Fame classes who were players. I'm like, who? But then you got people like Roger Craig, who are not in the Hall of Fame. People like Eli Manning, not in the Hall of Fame. And say what you want, bro. I'm the type of person because quick side note, people now in the NFL are turning into like for example, Sam Darnold, like he might win the Super Bowl. People are trying to diminish Super Bowls now for quarterbacks because it's like, oh, like you know what I'm saying, like whatever, whatever. No, bro, like y'all are losing the plot of like what it's about. Like y'all can keep your Josh Allen look good in the regular season, kind of look good in the playoffs and never come through. Y'all can keep that, bro. This game is about winning Super Bowls. Eli won 2 Super Bowls. There's only a handful of quarterbacks that have won more than one Super Bowl. You have to give him that credit. And I guess because I'm an Eagles fan and Jalen Hurts kind of fits in that same category, but it's just kind of like, bro, he can be like B or above average in the regular season. But if I know for a fact he's going to play better in the playoffs, specifically the Super Bowl, I'm going to take that. Y'all problem is y'all want someone who looks great in the regular season, then drops their play in the playoffs, and then want to give it an excuse. You got to give that to Eli. You can't even even if you look at his playoff runs, right? Look at his playoff runs. I remember in the 2007 playoff run, he went into Lambeau, faced Brett Favre in the snow, and out threw him. He deserves credit for that. In 2011, he went to Colin Kaepernick, red hot, burning hot Colin Kaepernick, San Francisco,
what
outdueled
Colin
him.
Kaepernick didn't start that year? It was Alex
Oh,
Smith.
it was
It was
Alex
Alex
Smith
Smith.
that year. Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
did start in 2012 year. But I remember that Alex Smith game because Alex Smith was still pretty good too. But I think it was like a high scoring game. I think each team almost put up at least 30 points. So it's like he is playing better than he did in crunch time. And that's why I feel like if you went around and polled these NFL executives and whatnot and these NFL owners, would you rather have a quarterback that played A plus in the regular season and C plus to maybe B minus in the playoffs, or like C plus to B minus in the regular season and A plus in the playoffs?
Now, not counting those Super Bowl runs, if you take away the 8 wins because they are wild card seeds that went into the playoff, you take away that eight, he has 8 wins.
Mm-hmm.
That's the 2 Super Bowls. He is 0-4.
That's true. That's true.
0-4. One and done.
That's true. But you know what? I'll take that though. Because you telling me I'm still winning 2 rings. And at the end of the day, like there's so many teams, for example, like for a perfect example, the Bills in the 90s, right? Back to back to back to back. They, and the most ironic thing is like their playoff record in that time span is probably like what, like 10-4, but all 4 of them losses are in the Super Bowl. So it's like, yeah, y'all were dominant. Y'all were really a dynasty, but y'all just couldn't finish. Now, would y'all trade those 4 years of greatness for just 1 year of winning a ring? In my opinion, I would. Because what's the
Yeah,
point of getting there if you don't ever win it?
just like Tom Brady said, he'll trade in anyone who's Super Bowls to go undefeated. That's the only way that mattered to him. It's
And
great to have
it's
7.
fair. And it's
Think about
fair. It's fair. It's fair. So that's why I say, like, Eli has to get in, bro. And this is coming from an Eagles fan, bro. Like, you have to let him in. And then again, like, it wasn't like he was thrown to no like crazy all-star receivers and whatnot. So, but anyway, back to the main point of the Hall of Fame. I would, me personally, I would factor in championships, statistics, and things of that nature. And there should never be any player like Roger Craig that gets in that doesn't get in. And there's people that did get in, and you got to be like, who is that? Or I have to look up their name. If you're astute in football, or if you watch football all in like the 80s, early 90s, you know who Roger Craig is. So there should be no reason that someone I don't know is getting in the Hall of Fame before him.
it. Right. Let's get my cousin in here. Go ahead, Anton. You call me a bully, but you know you want to be on the show. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a family barbecue. But shouts out to Jalen Hurts, my favorite quarterback in the NFL.
He your frat
Yeah.
brother.
That's my guy. That's my
He's your
guy,
frat brother.
Jalen
Why you
Hurts.
your favorite quarterback?
Rue, Rue to Jalen. But yeah, man, the Hall of Fame, NFL Hall of Fame is kind of like baseball Hall of Fame. Is weird. These voters, what's on their agenda. I sent Fabe a link, a picture, a text, or whatever you want to call it
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. They said Bill Polian is the main reason why that my guy Bill didn't get in the NFL Hall of Fame on the first ballot. He said let him wait a year. Now was Bill, tricky Bill a little bit. Yeah, he was tricky Bill. I mean, but I think we all a little, it ain't cheating if you ain't trying. What was saying? What the saying go, Fave? It's not.
You ain't cheating. You ain't trying.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, he's not the only person who deflated the football. I mean, we all watched football back in the day, and it's different now. But back in the day, the punter or the field goal kicker will bring their own ball onto the field with them because they deflated the ball some. It was a kicker's ball. Now they have special kicking ball, But anyway, man, the, our sports, football, basketball, baseball, those main ones I follow. The Hall of Fame is a joke in all those sports. I mean, I'm gonna say it again. Robert Orr should be in the Hall of Fame for basketball. There's no reason why Derek Jeter wasn't 100%
Or
for getting
Ichiro.
baseball or Ichiro. I mean, those guys did it the right way. I understand why Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, all those guys, not baseball Hall of Fame, but it gets petty, by professionals, which I kind of hate.
Let me stop you right
But
there.
Bill will get in. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you go get right back in. If you
Mhm.
take away Barry Bonds' numbers after 1999, what do you have?
But Barry the man. I mean, if you take away
He's still
Barry
he's
Bonds' numbers,
he's still
he was
400
Manny
400 guy.
Ramirez.
He's
He made
still
a
400
Ramirez.
400. He's 400 400 before steroids.
That was talking about.
If you take those away, he's still a Hall of Famer. Mark
Yeah,
McGuire, yeah, I get that, but he was using steroid in the 80s.
yeah.
So, but go ahead.
But yeah, that was it. Yeah, I mean, I understand what they're trying to do in baseball, but I mean, Barry Bonds. I'm gonna get back on track. Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player I've seen with my eyes. Now my aunt, God bless her soul, loved Terry Pendleton. I'm not gonna say who her mama was, who her, but my aunt loved Terry Pendleton. But in my own eyes, I thought Barry Bonds the greatest baseball player in the world. But yeah, I'm a yield to the moderator of this show.
But you see how fun this show is? I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it, Anto. I ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm about to say. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna
we
do it.
got a lot of order. It's a lot of order going on. A lot of
A lot of
order.
organization, not a lot of
Yeah, you saw how
conversation.
I yield my time to the moderator.
See how you'll get that in a second. Uh, not you, but you'll pick up on. It. Let me give you the list of the modern era finalists for this year's Hall of Fame. Uh, if Philip Rivers wouldn't have played this season, he probably would. He would have. but he would have been a finalist. The problem is though he wouldn't be a first ballot. He probably wouldn't be a second ballot. But here's the list: Willie Anderson from the Bengals, who's still not in.
That's crazy. I'm sorry,
Drew
Fabian.
Brees, Drew Brees probably get in.
Who's
Jari
in?
Evans, who never heard of him. Larry Fitzgerald, he'll get in. If
Mm-hmm.
Larry Fitzgerald don't get in on
He'll get
first
in.
ballot,
Yeah, Larry get in.
Frank
Larry
There you
Gore,
definitely
go.
get in.
He check
Frank
every
Gore,
box.
yeah,
No.
Frank Gore,
Frank Gore probably won't get in.
not probably about
Not
5 years,
not not the first ballot. I'm gonna
not
say
the
that.
first couple ballots.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if he didn't get in first ballot.
Torrey Holt,
He's not in yet.
Isaac
He's
Bruce
not
is
in
though.
yet.
Isaac Bruce is okay.
Mm,
Luke Kuechly,
He's going in.
He definitely getting in first
He definitely
ballot.
getting in for sure.
Uh,
E- Eli Manning,
Eli
He
getting in. That's
needs
my
to.
guy.
He needs to.
Terrell Terrell Suggs,
T Sizzle. Yeah, put T Sizzle in. What did the call get in T Sizzle?
Adam Vinatieri,
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Wait, wait,
Will
Uh,
wait.
Wilson is a
Why
kicker.
is he not in yet?
He's a
Or
kicker.
did he
That's
just
why.
stop playing? Okay.
He's a kicker. That's why. Um,
this is the first ballot.
Reggie,
This is the first time. I'm trying to cut you off, sir. This is the
it's,
first
it's,
time.
it's saying first year, but I don't see how.
Well,
Reggie
wait 5 years,
Wayne,
right?
yeah, he been retired 5 years.
Mm.
Okay.
Adam Vinatieri, I say Adam Vinatieri, Reggie Wayne. I think you gotta wait. I think you gotta wait on Reggie. I think if Larry gets in before Reggie,
Can I ask a question,
For
sir?
sure. For
Can I
sure. For
ask a
hmm
sure.
question real quick, sir? Was
hmm
Reggie the guy with the car washes in Miami? Was that Reggie with the car washing, or that somebody else?
that might be somebody else. I think
That
might
that
have
was that was Harrison. That was
Marvin
Marvin
Harrison.
Harrison scene with the car wash in the shooting. You keep on going.
That Marvin Harrison with the shooting. Yeah,
And the car wash. Go ahead.
Kevin Williams, defensive tackle. Jason
Mhm.
Witten, he's not getting in, not anytime soon. He ain't do nothing life changing.
Hey,
Um,
Jason Witten's son is a 5-star linebacker in the state of Texas. University of Oklahoma just hired Jason Witten as a coach on their staff. That's how good his son is. But keep going.
yeah. Um, let's say Jason Witten, Darren Woodson.
Yeah, yeah. I like
He
Darren
should
Wilson, but I don't think he'll
he
get in.
should have he not this year. He been
Uh-uh.
waiting a minute.
Yeah.
And Marshall Yanda.
Marshall Yonder was actually a great offensive lineman. I ain't gonna lie to you. As someone who grew up playing offensive line, Marshall Yonder was pretty good. I stand up. And Jari Evans, he was good too, but he was good. Marshall Yonder and Jari Evans was good. Marshall Yonder definitely over Jari Evans. Marshall Yonder is the first ballot. I ain't gonna lie to you from an offensive line standpoint.
And then
Hit me out.
coach
Who was
finalist
Jari Evans? Who was Jari Evans? What
He
position?
was a guard. He was a guard for the Saints.
Yeah, that's why I don't like him. I like the Falcons. I'm from Georgia. I like the Falcons.
hey,
Okay, go
watch out now.
ahead.
Me and him share the same birthday. Me and him share the same birthday. Watch out.
Yeah, I don't know this guy, man. I don't care
Oh.
about
I
that.
don't know the guy either, but we share the same birthday.
Anyway,
Oh.
But so Robert Kraft getting in this year. Hopefully he won't get any happy endings before the ceremony.
Hmm.
mm.
Yeah, both said at the same time.
Hmm.
Bill Belichick, and then senior finalists. There are three people that what we call it. I think besides the spy game, I think what it is, Kraft didn't want Belichick to get in the same time he did.
I'm sure. I'm
That's what I
sure.
think. But at the same
Hmm.
time, though, I mean,
I mean, that's kind of. I can see what you're saying.
but Hall of Fame released a statement on leaked voting results. The Pro Football Hall of Fame understands and respect the passionate reaction of many fans, media members, and and enshrinees of the hall itself in light of published reports regarding the voting results of the class of 2026. Is that very passion that propels the game. The Hall also respects the members of the selection committee when they follow the selection process bylaws. It is an honor to serve as a selector. Each year, the Hall reviews the selection process and the composition of the 50-person selection committee. If it is determined that any member violated the selection process bylaws, they understand action will be taken. That could include possibility that such selectors would not remain a member of the committee moving forward. The selection of a new class is the most important duty of the Hall of Fame overseers each year, and the integrity of that process cannot be in question. Which means basically you're saying somebody fucked up.
You don't say. I don't, bro. That's why I said about the Bill Belichick thing. Like, I don't know if that has to do with it, but I think there was some very disingenuous like energy about not letting Bill Belichick in, bro. Like, I feel like he's an obvious Hall of Famer just as much as Tom Brady is, and it's like y'all are not going to hold Tom Brady to the same standard when it's time for him to go in the Hall of Fame. So it kind of feels like someone is trying to like mess with Bill Belichick, in my opinion.
Bill Polian.
Yeah, yeah, man. That isn't that. There's no.
Hey,
Oh, and
can I say something, Mr. Vicks?
yes, you can go ahead.
What's your name, boss man? I forgot real quick. What's your name again?
Siani.
Siani.
No Tom Brady slander, sir, on this show, sir. No Tom. That's my. I have a favorite white people list, and Tom Brady is number three.
He loved
He's
Trump.
number
No,
three.
He's still your favorite. He loved
Huh?
Trump. You still love him?
No, no, it's Stafford, Chipper
No,
Jones.
Tom Brady loved Trump, so you still
I
your
can't,
favorite white
as a
people.
political science major, I can't disagree with people because who they vote for or whatever. That's their God given right as a as a citizen. It's Matthew Stafford, Chipper Jones, Tom Brady. That's my white guy list.
I'm
okay.
looking at the
Chipper
I'm
Jones.
looking
Yeah.
at I'm looking at these voters on this committee. Um, Tony Dungy is a person, is a voter, which means I know he didn't vote for Bill Polian. Bill Polian is a voter. Lisa Salters, Jim Trotter. I'm surprised Jim Trotter's still on there. Because he gave Commissioner Goodell hell a couple years ago. He's been pretty much been blackballed. Pretty much lost his job out of the NFL Network. Um, I'm looking at these names on this list. Out of these 50 names, I think there's maybe three women on here, dog, and then even less, maybe the same amount of people of color. Um, I'm gonna let y'all read on y'all. I'm gonna put the list in the chat.
That's why I say, like, for me, the Hall of Fame lost a lot of like credibility this year. Like, I just don't believe that. Oh, cheating thing, whatever, whatever. It is no, no.
We have spent 45 minutes on the Hall of Fame. Let's slide into these coaching. Let's slide into one coach they get in the Hall of Fame with two coaches, where one of them might be a Hall of Fame coach, and the other one I don't know what he's gonna do. Um, Todd Monken is now the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, and Mike McCarthy is the coach of the Steelers. Excuse me, was the coach of the Packers and the Cowboys. I think he was sitting on that job in Pittsburgh. I think he's waiting on it because he's from there. Pittsburgh went back to status quo. You interviewed two minority candidates and Mike McCarthy, but you went with McCarthy, who was 62. He might have 5 years left on his thing. And so which hiring is more disappointing? Todd Monken with the Browns or Mike McCarthy with the Steelers?
Sir, no Todd Monken slander, sir. He's number four on my white person list. You know why? Go dogs.
He found the ice. You still like him?
Huh?
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I
He found
think
the
it's my
ice. That's what I say. He found the ice.
hey man, no Todd Monken slander, sir. Anyway, I think it's Mike McCarthy. Steelers went away from their game plan from what they normally do. They always hire a young coach, an energetic guy. I mean, I think Mike McCarthy's a heck of a coach, but I would have, if I was the Steelers, and maybe they did do it, I would have gave everything I had to get Marcus Freeman for Notre Dame. Um, say, hey
Mm.
man, you are our guy. I'm gonna give you everything you want to be our head coach. Please tell me no. And it's hard to leave Notre Dame. I mean, they got their own channel, they on NBC. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they got all this money. But yeah, I think the Mike McCarthy hire was kind of kind of odd. Now, Todd Monken, as a Georgia fan, he's a peculiar guy. He's a kind of weird guy. Um, I think between him and the Bills hire, even though we're not talking about him, they're I don't never remember them calling plays from the field. And so it's kind of hard for some coaches who call plays, who are play callers, to call plays from the field and in the box. The Bills' new head coach and Todd Bunker are guys who call plays in the box. So I'm not sure they're gonna call plays for their team. I'm sure they will. So it's gonna be something to look into as well. But Mike McCarthy to me is something kind of odd for the Steelers.
All right, go ahead, Siani.
Um, I like Todd. I like Todd Munkin. I don't know if he's going to be a good fit for. I don't know if he's going to be a good fit for the Cleveland because I know that Todd Munkin, at least as far as the NFL, like he changed Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson was already good; he was already elite, but he changed Jackson into a two-time first-team All-Pro, and he should have got the MVP last year if we beat 100. So really, a two-time MVP. So I think he really thrives well working with mobile quarterbacks. Um, I would assume that Shador is going to be the starter for Cleveland next year. So cool, I guess, but it was just I don't know, bro. Especially because I really wanted the Eagles to get Todd Monken as our offensive coordinator for Jalen. But I mean, I don't know, man. And then I don't know, especially because I heard that Jim Schwartz, who's the defensive coordinator, who's a great defensive coordinator, he was a defensive coordinator for the Eagles when we won our first Super Bowl. Great defensive mind. He was upset because he felt like he was supposed to get the head coaching job. So he said that he's going to be leaving. So Todd Monken, you're going to have to find a good defensive coordinator because Jim Schwartz was a good defensive coordinator, and now you're responsible for building Shador. Maybe you can. I don't know. The Mike McCarthy one, I'm not so upset about though. I ain't gonna lie. He might be able to do something. Because I would say, like, well, Mike Tomlin really knows how to coach a defense, but the defense wasn't that good this year either. So, and he did, as an Eagles fan, I have to give Mike McCarthy credit. Dallas was good when he was a coach. I think they were like 12 wins for like 4 seasons straight or 3 seasons straight. So we'll see. And I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is still going to be there next year either. I feel like Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy got beat, so I don't know, but we'll see.
Uh, y'all notice something about this hiring cycle?
Oh, but my thing cut
Oh,
out. Okay, I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it looked like it's clear as ice.
yeah. The only minority hire on his list is Robert Sala.
Hmm. 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 And I guess it is only yeah. Yeah. That yeah.
You remember years ago when they used Deuce Staley as the go to
Yes.
interview? Okay.
Yes. Trust me.
Just
I've
like
heard
um
from
just like Dion was for the Cowboys, he was there one. It was a
yeah.
conversation that classified as interview. Let me tell you what the Cardinals did. They happened to be somewhere in Florida or knew that Ron Rivera was in Arizona just chilling. Hey Ryan, you want to have a cup of coffee? Just just hang out. Consider that an interview.
The new token interview now is Thomas Brown. Everybody interviews Thomas Brown now.
Thomas Brown and Anthony Weaver.
hmm Thomas Brown,
So
Tucker High School, Tucker, Georgia.
Hmm.
so the only vacancy left are the Raiders and the Cardinals. I think the Raiders are waiting on Clint Kubiak. I think that's who they're really waiting on.
Not bad.
Um, but like I said earlier, like I said
Oh,
this in the pre-production, Brian Flores is sitting right there. He's the NFL lawsuit is ongoing, so the coaches, the owners are not hiring him.
because of
So
what when he was with Miami.
and with the Giants also, I think he's filed suit with the Giants and a couple other teams. The
Oh,
Steelers had Brian Flores there as an associate coach years ago. You had him
okay.
there. You could have got Mike McDaniel or Brian Dable. This the thing I'm surprised at too. Brian Dable did not even want to go to the Eagles.
Yeah. That just speaks to Nick Sirianni. That just speaks to who Nick Sirianni is as a coach. People were saying like, "Oh, look at Mike McDaniel. He chose Justin Herbert over Jalen Hurts." Okay, if you want to say that, sure, cool. You can't tell me that Cam Ward is better than Jalen Hurts. And I really feel like it's Nick Sirianni. Like that's just me though, you know. So and it's like, bro, I think it's Nick Sirianni one, and then just the culture of Philadelphia because the people that egged our offensive coordinator's house last year, people are gonna remember that. Like, people aren't gonna want to come here and feel like, oh man, like if I suck, like they're gonna stone us. The entire town is gonna stone us or whatever. So I can definitely understand that aspect, but just the way like the Eagles reporters have been talking about it, it's kind of like, yeah, like there's just something that's just like because apparently Mike McDaniel and Brian Daboll, like you said, they were like yeah, like our coveted, like yeah, we got to get one of these two. You lost Brian Daboll not to a head coaching job, to an offensive coordinator job in Tennessee, arguably the second or third worst team in the league. And the Eagles, us, we just won the Super Bowl no less than a year ago. Yeah, there's something behind the scenes going on for sure. So, but we'll see. I'm on the fire Nick Sirianni train. That's just me though.
He literally just okay.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. He don't do nothing for the team. He's not an offensive coordinator. He doesn't call plays. He doesn't do anything for the defense. I mean, he's a solid coach, right? But you don't. If I'm being honest, like you don't contribute nothing because if Kellen Moore is the one who's calling the plays, Vic Fangio is handling the defense. You're supposed to be like the CEO coach who like handles like all the journal stuff and whatever, whatever, and controls or how he puts it, handles the vibes of the team. But it's like you're doing terrible at that because people keep leaking information about AJ Brown's not happy and the people on the offense don't like the way the offense is being. So you're not even doing that right. So it's like,
It's not
what do
leaking if
you
AJ. It's not leaking if AJ's blasted it out in the media.
Oh no, for sure. Like with AJ, yeah, for sure. But then there's like other players and other like coaches and executives within the building, and they're just like talking about the offense too. It's just like it's AJ who's like being the most vocal one, but like people like Jalen have said it. Other offensive linemen have said it. Lane Johnson have said it. Like everybody's echoing, like, yeah, like this offense is not it. And it's Nick Sirianni's offense. The only reason that we've been to the Super Bowl with Nick Sirianni's offense is because other offensive coordinators came in, implemented part of their playbook with ours, and they called the plays. Whenever he calls the plays, it's terrible. Like I really feel like we have won that Super Bowl in spite of our coach. Yeah,
I
man,
think AJ should be traded. That's gonna come during March free agency. I think
yeah,
AJ should be traded. Gotta get him off the team. Gotta get him out of there.
for sure. Unfortunately, we'll see. We'll see. It depends. I think we'll see. We'll see. I ain't gonna say nothing. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so um, actually, when I sit back and think about it, at least for Brian Dable, I think because him and Robert Solid there, I think that's gonna be good for them. So
I think Tennessee might be on the short track to playoffs. Uh, Real quick, also Davis Webb, pass game coordinator for the Broncos, and the offensive coordinator for the Jaguars are up for coaching jobs. None of them sound black. That's neither here nor there. We will see. We're not going to talk about it in the Super Bowl until next week because there's no point in talking about it because the Rams won. Sean Payne is an idiot. That's fair. Rams lost. I mean, Sean Payne's an idiot. That's fair to say.
Rams should have won the game.
Yeah, that muff punt it was the only thing that cost them. That really cost them the game. That muff punt. The muff punt. That's the one thing that cost them the game. But Sean Payton, you had about 60 yards after that touchdown drive in total offense. 60 yards.
Oh, he
You hear me now? Anton, can you hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me now?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I guess I'm in charge now. Well, guys, welcome to my show. Favorite has dialed up. I can't hear him.
Can you hear me now? Anto, can you hear me? You can hear me? Hold on.
So while we had these technical difficulties by Mr. Vix,
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought you were gonna take over the show, didn't
Yeah, I'm gonna take over the show.
you?
I'm gonna start talking about my life as a young person growing up in William, Georgia.
You could do like Ocho when Shannon Sharp be stepping away for a second. No,
Yeah.
Ocho. Hey, Ocho. Shannon Sharp gonna marry an old black woman now. Anyway, what's wrong with that?
Be quiet.
Shannon rebranding. I think he's gonna I don't know, but no need to talk about the games. The Rams game, Rams Seahawks. I think Seahawks. I think they're 5.5 point favorite. There are some ways the Patriots can attack, but Drake May has been playing piss poor in the playoffs.
Hmm.
Hold on,
Hmm.
you can see on it right quick. Before we go,
Here we go.
let me get your quick. Let me get your quick key to the Super Bowl right quick before we delve into the analysis of it next week. What's a quick thing you looking at right now? Or something real quick? What you looking at right now for that game for the Super Bowl?
Defense, honestly. Defense and Drake May. Not even no Drake May. If Drake May doesn't
Can't hear you,
perform,
boss.
yeah, A
You
plus,
muted.
then yeah.
Yeah, and so
I couldn't hear him. Did you hear him?
yeah, I heard him. He said defense, defense,
Oh,
voting.
maybe it's my phone. Yeah, this defense. Can Drake may make plays? I mean, he hasn't been good the last couple of weeks. Can he
He's
make
not been
plays?
at all. He's not been good at
And,
all.
and can the Patriots run the ball? Which I don't think they can.
No, no, that against that front that Seattle got. And notice all that Dexter Lawrence. I'm not was it Dexter Lawrence? No, the guy that came from the Cowboys,
Demarcus
Hmm.
Lawrence.
DeMarcus Lawrence. Notice how his first year away from the Cowboys, he got a Super Bowl, going to a Super Bowl.
Ooh, makes you wonder what the real problem is.
Jer.
Jerry,
Jer.
Jerry, definitely Jerry.
Hopefully,
Cowboys fans know it too.
yeah. Hopefully next week we'll have the guys on. We're gonna have all hands on deck for the Super Bowl. And I have a prediction. Anatole, put your camera back on. I got a prediction. We will see Doctor Doom in the Super Bowl commercials.
Gotta be. That'd be so dope.
How much you want to bet?
I'll bet Siani's check.
Don't do that.
Okay, I'll take that.
Ah,
I'll take that.
hey, hold on. Wait a minute.
Hmm.
Ew. I get a piece of that, right? I get,
Who check? Oh, who check?
I get, I get, I get a piece, right?
I'm working. I'm working 37 job. I got a senior. Still ain't pay senior dues.
Nah.
Got to pay for prom. Still ain't pay.
I. So I can get like 10%. Then I get like 10% of that.
Anatole check. He the big time media specialist in the creative kind.
I have a 3-year-old. I have a 3-year-old. AJ play baseball, learn the
Ah,
ballet, and live your grown.
I'm gonna give y'all a nightcap. Nightcap.
I I pay
Nobody.
daycare every week.
Hey, hey, Ocho. Hey, Ocho. No, no. Hey, Ocho. Nobody told you to keep it in.
Hey man, I got a
no,
3-year-old.
no,
You gotta
why is
pay
spot
daycare
on?
every week, every Monday. Every Monday. I'm getting me daycare when I retire. Every Monday, you gotta pay daycare. Even when they close.
Nah, see, no.
Hmm.
See, and that's why we're not rushing to have no kids, because that's crazy.
Especially climate. Oh no.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not even a little bit.
Shoot, that's our show. We're gonna see y'all next Wednesday with everybody back. We should have all hands on deck. Hopefully, Mike, you finish them IEPs tonight. I'm gonna pray
Oh,
for you.
Mike got IEP to do.
He a special teacher, special ed teacher.
I call them the superstars.
Yeah,
The
man.
superstars.
Hey, man,
Hmm.
he better. That's law. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, one thing about that though, I'm not sure if you're a teacher or not, sir, but I'm glad I'm not a teacher. I mean, education, I'm not a teacher. I'm writing no
Mm-mm.
IEPs and that kind of stuff. That
Mm-mm.
sounds like a lot of work.
Bro,
Mm-mm.
if you don't have go IEP to help them and have things right for you, you gotta write them things from scratch. You get spelling, grammar, everything gotta be right, or you gonna be go back in and edit it. Because if you once you lock the IEP, it's hard to unlock it inside your information system. But I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know anything. I know
Yeah.
how to write them and read them, but I ain't even do it. But anyway, that's our show. We want to thank Sienna for hopping in with us. Hopefully, we'll might get us a rotation who could pop in on the show. Anatole, we thank you for me bullying you to come on the show. We out.
Peace.